In 1417, an entire village went to war against one goose. By spring, the goose was their king. Nobody surrendered a castle. Nobody lost a battle. They lost to a bird that could not count. It started with a loaf of bread. The goose took it, walked right up, took the loaf, walked back to the pond, and stared at everyone like it dared them to do something about it. So they did the reasonable thing. They convened a war council. 12 grave, bearded men gathered around a table to discuss the goose, and the goose was also on the table, because nobody had the courage to move it. They raised a militia, 43 men, one pond, one goose. They dug earthworks. They built a rampart out of barrels and hope, and they crouched behind it and watched the goose float in a circle, which the goose was going to do anyway. Casualties began immediately. 3 sprained ankles on the muddy bank, 2 hats gone forever, and a man named Ulrich who waded in to flank the goose and came back different, and to this day will not speak of the pond. So they built a siege engine, a tiny one, a little wooden catapult, aimed at a bird sitting on water, which, and I want to be clear, was never going to work, and everyone knew it, and they wheeled it out anyway. The goose looked at the siege engine. The goose looked at the 43 men. Then the goose honked once, and the entire militia stepped backwards at the same time. That was the moment. The war was lost, not to a sword, to a honk. The village elder walked down to the pond, knelt in the mud, and offered the goose a scroll, a formal treaty, ceding the pond, the bank, and sensibly the bread. The goose accepted by ignoring it. And that same evening, out of respect or fear or both, they crowned it, a tiny crown on a goose, at golden hour. He never gave the bread back. He rules the pond to this day.